What up? It's Misanthropic One, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back here for another video. Now, some of you that know me just noticed that I censored myself in my usual greeting, and I'm gonna tell you why. This video is part 2 to exposing Steve Harvey for the simp he is, and the reason I'm doing a part 2 to this video is because the original video started gaining a lot of traction as of late. I would say within the past 3 weeks to a month. The views skyrocketed on there. Well, skyrocketed for as far as where I'm at on YouTube, and there have been a lot of comments, and the views, last I checked, it was around maybe 24,000. It's only right that I continue on with this series, and you know, there's another thing that I have a sort of a beef with that he put out there, but one of the main things, I'm gonna address a few things that were said in the first one. One of the main things that was said was that I cursed too much in the video, and that's not the first time I heard this criticism. My uncle watched a couple of my videos and he said the same thing, and he says, listen, you know, you have a lot to say, you have real stuff that you're saying, but you know, I want your cousins, my little cousins, to watch it because you have, you know, real stuff you're putting out there. So I you know, I could bend to that request, you know, because it's my uncle. I had a brother off of YouTube watch 1 or 2 of my videos, and he said the same thing. He said it in a way that he was like, listen, you know, I know you're passionate about this stuff, but people might be reluctant to put it on their walls or share it on their Twitter if, you know, you're cursing, and, you know, they may agree with you, but they may not want to offend other people if they put it up on their wall or whatever the case may be. And a few people on the original Steve Harvey video said the same thing. So you know, I'm willing to give it a try for maybe a couple rants or so, and that's my point. Again, you know, just referencing other videos when talking to other black men, because all these people, well, for the most part, were black. See, I disagree with what they're saying, but I could agree to disagree without calling them names or whatever. But I'm willing to try it out, you know, just to see where it goes. And yeah, this one I'm going to try my best not to curse, because I don't want to hear anybody use that as an excuse, even though I'm calling out a lot of BS out there. So one of the other things that I want to reference on the original video before I go into the 90-day abstinence rule, which I'm sure a lot of you heard about. People were saying, you know, you're criticizing a man, you're criticizing another man, what does that say about you, and blah 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 blah. Look, when it comes down to the man, Steve Harvey, the man himself, I don't have a problem with him. In fact, he is a influence among black men, a dude who made it, and black people should look up to him. Well, anybody in general, black men, black comedians, but just people in general. Okay, he made it to this level, you know, maybe I could do the same thing. I've said that on several videos. I would never stop a I mean, I would never hate on a man, especially a black man, for making his money legitimately. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is this dude going around and throwing men under the bus completely. And, you know, he acts like women, there's no devilish women out there. These women do no wrong. I saw his movie Think Like a Man. I think that the movie had great actors in it. I enjoyed the movie. I'd watch it again if it came on. I have no problem watching it. But the content of the movie was trying to make it seem like, you know, these guys were just pieces of crap. And, you know, I blame a lot of stuff that goes on in the world. I feel differently. I say that, you know, women don't have to do a lot of the footwork when it comes down to dating or relationship, you know, have a relationship. Now, this isn't all women, but there's a lot of women that believe that, well, you know, I should be courted and this and that, and all you're bringing to the table is your breasts and your butt. That's all you're doing. And us dudes gotta jump through hoops just to impress you. I believe that it should be 50-50. Or when has a woman in the past gone out of her way to impress a dude? I mean, it's very rare. And look, if Steve Harvey has that stance, okay, I respect him on that level. I don't have to agree with him. But at the same time, him being a man, he should understand, listen, some of you women are up to no good either. So put that out there as well. That's where my problem is. He's sitting here just feeding women the stuff that they want to hear because he knows this is coming. That's all that matters. And that's why I have a problem with him. So that's as far as that goes. I had people coming up there, and I had one woman in particular by the name of Maggie Ray, I believe. She comes on. At first she says, well, your video's too long. Okay, that was the first time I got that comment on that. When I started to realize that my videos were that old video was making traction. And I said, well, you know, you sat here and watched it all. So, I mean, what does that say about you? You know, you sat and watched it all. And we had a little, you know, back and forth. Then this woman goes on, finds one guy who happened to disagree with me. And his comment was like months ago. She comes on and says, oh, thank God someone sees him for what he is. This guy is not respectful to women and this and that. So I responded to her saying, oh, so that's what your problem was. It wasn't the fact that the video was long. It was the fact that you feel that I'm not respectful to women. And it went back and forth, you know. This is why I tell you, like, a lot of people on the planet Earth are full of crap. When they sit there and say certain things, when I was getting nothing but positive comments, well, majority of them were positive, and someone's just gonna leave a critique like that, I knew that there was something else. Because when you call out people's BS very logically, people, you leave them no breathing room. So I know these type of people, they gotta say something. They gotta get the last word, which is a very feminine trait. They gotta throw something at you because they can't get you on anything else. So, oh, the video was long. And then you find out, well, he has no respect for women, which is, again, total BS. I don't have respect for women who believe that men should just bend over backwards for them simply because they're a woman. I don't have respect for women like that. I'm sorry. I have respect for women whose demeanor demands respect. I have respect for women like that. I have respect for women who got their crap together and know, listen, I don't want to say I don't need a man because I'm against that whole feminist mentality, but I don't need a man in the sense that, look, we can go out to eat, but I could get my own drink. I can do that. I'm for that. So that just gets out of the way, you know. I even had women on that one agreeing with what I said. I had a a couple women agreeing with what I said. They said, yeah, you're telling the truth. I don't expect a man to do certain things for me that I can't do myself. So that's basically the crux of that. All right, so let me move on to this 90-day abstinent crap. Look, I've said this previously. There's certain things that when dating a woman or getting to know a woman, if she says, like, there's certain statements that just totally turn me off. Like, I'll just shut down immediately. And I've told you, brothers, I've said this one too many times. If a woman openly tells me, I just want to be friends, after I ask to like elevate the relationship or friendship, hey, let's go out, get a drink, or, oh no, I just want to be friends, I'm done. I've said that several times on the channel. And the reason why, and I'll repeat it again, the reason why that I'm done is because I already know. I've been down this road several times. It's not true. It's an easy letdown for women. Women don't want to be looked at as the demon, and they want you there as their comfort, their pillow. You know, they want to talk to you about their problems and who they really like and all. And listen, as a man, I don't have time for that. If I'm telling you and being confident and assertive and letting you know this is what I want, and then you're gonna feed me some BS, I don't have time for it. I'm done. And I know women don't like that because it blows their spot up. But another reason why I feel that way is because they're going to keep you on the side, which is basically what I just said. And then when they're done doing whatever they're doing, you know, getting plowed and all that crap, they're going to come back to you, Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Simp. And they know, because you're that good guy, that you'll take them after they had their fun, you know, made their bad decisions in life. They're waiting for you. I mean, you'll be there waiting for them, excuse me. So that's why I don't really give I just want to be friends that much credence, unless, you know, the female is making an initiative. Hey, you know what, let's go out and let's just go grab something to eat, something innocent, stuff like that. Okay, fine, if you go for it, but I'm not gonna initiate crap. My point of saying that is this: if a female that I'm dealing with says, you know, we go out on a date, and she goes to me, well, you know, we're hooking up and we're getting hot and heavy, and she stops and says, hey, you're gonna have to wait 90 days to get some of this, I'm done. I'm finished. To me, it's just so corny. I don't have time for these little stupid games. I mean, for you to do that would constitute me having to think about the 90 days, you know, and I don't have time to play these little girl games with you. Like, oh, I'm marking down a calendar and you're doing the same. No, listen, do not come to me and tell me you have 90 days. That has to be the dumbest thing ever that was ever created. That ideology I just don't get. Because look, I would agree with it if it was natural. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't said and you guys were feeling each other on a mental, on some type mental ish. You know what I mean? Like, you guys were just having fun talking and, you know, getting to know each other, which I respect. You know, because that has to happen. We're getting to know each other. But, you know, if it happened to take 90 days, that's fine. But don't put me on some type of plan, or don't put me on your chessboard. I don't have time for that. And as men, as a man, I suggest that other men don't even play with that. That if some woman comes up to you and says that, nah, I'm done. Because let me tell you women something. If you're not giving it to him, guess what? He's gonna get it from somewhere else. You don't have to sit around and wait. Or, you know, like it just, y'all try to act like you don't want any of this either. Any ish from a dude. You try to act like you don't want any ish from a dude. But y'all want it just as bad. It's just that women already understand that, look, I could go out and get any guy I want because, you know, a lot of dudes these days, I understand, are thirsty as ish. A lot of them are thirsty. So I could just, you know, go to the wayside and get somebody. Even if they're no good, I could still get my ish off and we're done. They understand this. But men, you know, men gotta exercise self-control. Men gotta be more assertive and stop simping out for women. Oh baby, yeah, I'm gonna do. Nah, I don't have time for that. Listen, I got money to make. I got places to be, people to chill with, family to chill with. Nah, I just don't have time for that. That's why I'm against that whole 90-day garbage. I'm not waiting 90 days to get in. You know what I mean? Like, again, if it's a natural progression and it happens to take 90 days, cool. But don't tell me none of that, because I just explained it. Listen, I'm not gonna ramble on and on and on, but 90 days for that is stupid. Any woman that's gonna come here and say, well, you know, you're messed up for saying that, or you're just impatient because anyone that's worth it, you'd sit around and wait. No, I don't. There's no one. Listen, there's no woman. Let me put it this way, and don't take offense to this, ladies, but there's no woman on the planet, or better yet, there's no vag on the planet that's worth me waiting 90 days for. It just isn't. That if I'm gonna wait 90 days for that, when I get it in, that ish better make me feel like I'm walking through El Dorado. Because let me tell you something, a lot of y'all act like, and that's another thing. Let me go on a little further. Women believe that just having that is everything. So let me ask you something. So if a dude goes in after the 90 days and you're whack, you woman, or you could look at it vice versa. What if the woman waits 90 days and the dude is whack in the sack? Now what? Now what do? Because I know that I'm not gonna wait 90 days. That's like me going into a car dealership, and I know women don't like this comparison either, when you compare them to cars and they go, well, you compare me to a material object, to an inanimate object. No, it's the same damn thing. It's a comparison, okay? It's not saying you have no soul or any of that stuff. Look, this is the way I look at it. You go into a car dealership, you're on the market. You look around, you see a car that you like, physical attraction. You read the specs on it, personality. Take the key, you sit down in it, ride the chair back a little bit, turn on the ignition. That's hooking up, whatever. Driving on the road is getting it in. Paying for it, yes, I want this car, is commitment. It's the same thing. So, what if you go to a car dealership and you like everything up to a certain point before taking it for a test drive, and you go, hey, you know what? I'm gonna wait 90 days and come back and test drive that. No, I'm test driving it ASAP. Now, to respond to a comment that was left back on the original video, a female named Mimi, I forget her last name, she made a comment that I liked. She says, you know, the reason why guys are paying for dates is because they want sex. You know, it's broken down to that. And yeah, I respect that. I do respect that. I believe that there's a lot of truth to that. And you know, she mentioned something about sex on the first date, how y'all wouldn't turn it down. And listen, yeah, as a guy, let me tell you something. If the mood was right and we're feeling each other, and it happens to go down on the first date, hey, we're both consenting adults. It is what it is. Is it looked down upon by some people? Sure. But I don't think that it's the worst thing in the world that, you do that. If it happens, it happens. And in my case, my preference, the sooner the better, because referencing what I just said, if it's whack, I already know, listen, I don't want to, listen, as much as people think that sex isn't a part of a relationship, it is a very integral part of a relationship. It is. As much as people don't think so, it really is. And it's the raw truth. People try to act like it's so bad, so taboo, but it's true. And I think I'm gonna end it there. I think I've proved all my points, and hit everything on the head. I may have rambled on, but I know a lot of y'all are gonna sit here and watch this video anyway. So that's it. I hope I pleased you guys. I didn't curse. So you can't use that so you women can't use that as an excuse for why I believe what I believe. And just come on here and debate me logically. Don't talk about my vernacular. Don't talk about the fact that I'm wearing a New York Yankees hat. Don't talk about my Dragon Ball Z Freezer shirt. Don't talk about that. Just stick to the topic, all right? Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, and that's it. Peace.